Hello friends, myself Sagar Gunani from Elite Careers. This video lecture is on coordinate geometry part 1. To understand the term coordinate geometry, look at the figure over here. This is a Cartesian coordinate system of two axes, x-axis and y-axis. In the Cartesian coordinate systems, x-axis and y-axis divides the Cartesian plane into four quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. First quadrant consists of positive elements of x and positive elements of y. Second quadrant consists of negative elements of x and positive elements of y. Third quadrant consists of negative elements of x and negative elements of y. And the fourth quadrant consists of positive elements of x and negative elements of y. So in short, if we go on the right hand side of the x-axis, you will get the positive value on the x-axis, and if you go on the left hand side of the x-axis, you will get the negative value on the x-axis. Similarly, if you go upward on the y-axis from this origin point, then you will get the positive value of the y-axis, and if you go downward towards the origin point, from the origin point, then you will get the negative values of the y-axis. Once you have understood the Cartesian plane, let's move further and understand how to locate points in the Cartesian plane. So the quick summary is, in the first quadrant, x coordinate and y coordinate. Coordinates are the points on the x-axis and the y-axis. So first element in this round bracket determines the x value, and the second element in this round bracket determines the y value. In the first quadrant, positive means what? X value is positive and y value is positive. In the second quadrant, x value is negative and y value is positive. In the third quadrant, both the values are negative, and in the fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. Now let us see. There are 4 points which is given over here in the Cartesian plane. First point is 4, 2, in which x is positive and y is positive. What it determines is x coordinate is 4. So if you go 4 units from the origin, you will get this value as 4 on the x-axis. And similarly, second value of the round bracket determine the y coordinate. Y coordinate is represented on the y-axis by going 2 units upward from the origin, because y is positive. So on the right hand side of the origin, x is positive, and on the left hand side of the origin, x is negative, whereas on the upper side of the origin, y is positive, and on the lower side of the origin, y is negative. Let us understand this next point, minus 3, 4. In this case, value of x is minus 3 unit. So minus 3 unit means what? 3 units on the left hand side of the origin. So you will get minus 3 as the x coordinate and 4 unit as the y coordinate. So you have to go upward from the origin by the 4 units. Minus 4, 0. Minus 4, 0 represent that x is equal to minus 4. So on the x-axis, you have to check for the minus 4, and y coordinate, y value is 0. So it will be equal to 0. So for y equal to 0, it will be the point on the x-axis, that is as minus 4, 0. Next is 0, minus 5. So 0 for 0, minus 5, x value is 0 and y is minus 5. So if the value of x is 0, it will be on the y-axis, and if the value of y is 0, then the point will be on the x-axis. So if the value of x is 0, means what? The point is on the y-axis, and the value of y is minus 5. So point will be below the origin at minus 5. So we have understood how to locate the points in the Cartesian coordinate plane. Now next is to understand how to find the distance between 2 points in the Cartesian coordinate plane. Consider the 2 points A and B. First point as minus 4, minus 1, and second point as 1, 2. Now the distance between the 2 points can be formed from the formula d is equal to under root x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. In the given equation, 2 points are minus 4, minus 1 and 1, 2. So we have to take the difference between the x coordinate. So the difference between the x coordinate is what? 1 minus of minus 4 the whole square plus difference between the y coordinate. Now the difference between the y coordinate is minus 2 minus of minus 1 the whole square. So you will get this distance as under root 1 plus 4 the whole square plus 2 plus 1 the whole square, and finally by solving this root you will get the answer as root 34, which is equal to 5.83. So to find out the distance between any two points in the Cartesian coordinate plane, you have to remember this formula. Consider two points A and B, A as x1 y1 and B as x2 y2. So these 2 points are located in the Cartesian coordinate plane with x and y axis. Consider the point P as x comma y. It will divide the line AB. This is the line from A to B. So it divides the line AB into the ratio of m is to n. Fine. What it represents is the point P is at m distance from point A and the point P is n distance from the point B. To find out the coordinate of this point P, we use the section formula, and the section formula is the x value is equal to what? M times x2 plus n times x1. Now how to remember this? M is towards the A side, that is the distance between A and B. So you have to take m into the x coordinate of the point B plus this value n into x coordinate of the point A. Fine. So you will get the x coordinate of this point P. Once again, I will tell you, to get the x coordinate of the point P, what you have to do is you have to multiply m with the x coordinate of the point B plus n into x coordinate of the point A. Understood? Fine. So this is what? This is the crossing. Crossing means what? M is the distance from A, but you have to multiply m with the x coordinate of the B. And n is the distance from the B, but you have to multiply n with the x coordinate of the point A. And in the denominator, you have to write m plus n. Similarly, to get the y coordinate, what you have to do is you have to multiply m with the y coordinate of the point P plus n into the y coordinate of the point A. So you will get the value of y coordinate as my2 plus my1 upon m plus n. Now remember that if point P is the midpoint of AB, if point P is the midpoint from point A and B, then the value of m and value of n will be equal to what? If we take the ratio of m is to n, it will be 1 is to 1. Fine. So if the point P is the midpoint of A and B, then the value of m is to be taken as 1 and the value of n will be taken as 1. If you take m and n as 1, then you will get x coordinate as m x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y coordinate as y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So for the midpoint, m will be 1 and n will be 1. Also, if in a question it is been given that point P divides the line segment AB into ratio m is to n internally. If the term internally is given, then you have to use this equation. And if it is given that point P divides the line segment AB into the ratio m is to n externally, when the term externally is given, then you have to use the minus sign over here. Remember that when the point P divides the line segment AB into m is to n externally, then you have to use the subtraction sign in this formula. Understood? So you have to remember this point. When the point P divides the line segment AB internally, then this formula is correct. When this point P divides the line segment AB into m is to n externally, then you have to use the subtraction over here. So far so good. Suppose that there are 3 points in the Cartesian coordinate system. These 3 points are A, B and C. A is x1 y1, B is x2 y2 and C is x3 y3. Then to find out the area of this triangle, the formula is 1 by 2 into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. You need to remember this formula to find out the area of triangle when 3 points are given in the Cartesian coordinate system. And it is very easy to remember. You have to take 1 by 2 into first coordinate x1 into what? Pi2 minus pi3. Fine. So if you take x1, then y2 minus y3 has to be taken. Similarly, when you take x2, then you have to take y3 minus y1, and when you take x3, then you have to take y1 minus y2. So if you follow the order, then it will be very easy to remember the area of the triangle. Now consider the triangle ABC with G point as the centroid of the triangle. Then to find out the coordinate of this coordinate of the G point, it is having two coordinates, x coordinate and the y coordinate. The value of x coordinate is what? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. Now what is x1, x2, x3? x1, x2, x3 are the x coordinate of point A, B and C. So in the question you will be given coordinates of A, B and C. Then you have to get the coordinate of the centroid. Remember, to get the coordinate of the centroid of the triangle, the formula is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So the coordinate of this centroid of the triangle x comma y, the formula is given over here. So you need to remember both this formula, area of the triangle and the coordinate of the centroid. Moreover, if you are given 4 points and you have to check whether these 4 points make a square or a rectangle. Fine. Let's say that you have been given in the question as 4 points as A, B, C and 3. C and D. These 4 points will be given in the question. Then it also be given in the question that these 4 points will form a quadrilateral. Then we need to check whether this quadrilateral is a square or a rectangle. Then what you need to do is, if the 4 points are given in the question, then you have to check the distance AB, BC, CD and DA. If all the distance are equal, then the given quadrilateral is square. How to find out the distance AB? If two coordinate points are given, then the distance can be found out by under root x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. We know this as a distance formula from the previous slide. So using the distance formula, we can find out the distance between A and B. Once the distance between the 2 points A and B is found out, we have to find out these 4 distance. And if these 4 distance are equal, then the given quadrilateral is a square. Now suppose that if you get AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC, then you can say that the given quadrilateral is a rectangle. Now suppose 3 points are given in the question as A, B and C. Now you need to check whether these 3 points makes equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle or right angle triangle. Fine. So you need to check whether these 3 points makes an equilateral triangle. You have to find out the distance AB, BC and CA. And if these 3 distance are equal, then you can say that the triangle is the equilateral triangle. Now if you get any of the 2 distance out of these 3 distance as equal, then it can be considered as isosceles triangle. And if the 3 distance will follow the Pythagoras rule, that is AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square. Fine. So if 3 distances are there and if these 3 distance will follow the Pythagoras rule, then you can say that the triangle is the right angle triangle. Now let us understand the slope. What is the term slope? Consider 2 points in the Cartesian coordinate system. First as x1, y1 and second as x2, y2. Now, if you want to find out the slope between the line segment AB, first point as A and second point as B, and if you join this line segment AB, 2 points will be given in the question. Then with the help of these 2 points, you can find out the slope of this line segment. What is the slope? Slope is the angle which this line segment makes with respect to that of the horizontal line. The formula for the slope is what? Change in y upon change in x. So if 2 points are given in the question, then you have to find out the slope, you have to use this formula, that is slope is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Understood? So value of slope is equal to what? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Consider 2 points as 1, 2 and 4, 3. Now find out the slope between this line segment AB. So the slope value of the slope is equal to change in y. So change in y is what? 3 minus 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1 upon change in x. So change in x will be what? The difference in the x coordinate, that is 4 minus 1. So that will be equal to 1 by 3. Understood? Now let's move further. collinearity of the 3 points. Given that there are 3 points A, B and C, we need to check whether these 3 points are collinear or not. To find whether these 3 points are collinear or not, you have to find the area of the triangle. We already know what is the formula for area of the triangle. If the area of the triangle is 0, it means what? These 3 points are not forming a triangle, they are collinear. Collinear means what? These 3 points A, B and C, they are in the same line. So to check the collinearity of the 3 point, we have to check that the area of the triangle should be equal to 0. If the area of the triangle is equal to 0 with the help of this given formula, then you can say that these 3 points are collinear and they are in the same line. It means what? There is no rectangle formation with the help of these 3 points. Next property which you need to remember is when the slope of, given that there are 3 points A, B and C, when the slope of AB, slope can be easily be found out by difference in the y coordinate upon difference in the x coordinate. We have already seen how to find the slope. Now, if the slope of AB is equal to slope of BC and it is equal to slope of AC, then you can say that the distance between AB plus the distance between BC will be equal to distance between AC. How can this property is useful? This property is useful to find out whether these 3 points are collinear or not. So either you can find out whether you can find out the area of the triangle, and if the area of the triangle comes out as 0, then you can say that these 3 points are collinear. Or you can check the second condition. One of these two conditions is to be checked. If you check the area of the triangle and it comes out to be 0, then you are done that these 3 points are collinear. And if you follow the condition 2, that slope of AB is equal to slope of BC is equal to slope of AC, then in that case these 3 points are collinear, that is A, B, C are collinear, and the distance between AB plus the distance between BC is equal to what? The distance between AC. Next, equation of line. The normal equation of line is given as, if there is a line in the Cartesian coordinate system, then the normal equation of line is ax plus by plus c, where a, b, c are the value of constants. Now, there are several equations of lines which you need to remember. First equation is normal equation of line, that is ax plus by plus c. Second form of line equation is slope and intercept form. What is slope and intercept form? The slope of intercept form of the line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope of the line and c is the intercept on the y-axis. What is intercept on the y-axis? Let us consider this line y is equal to mx plus c. M is the slope of this line. Slope means what? Angle made by this line with respect to that of the horizontal line. And intercept, c is the intercept on y-axis. It means what? When this line will cut on the y-axis, you will get one point on the y-axis. And the distance of that point from the origin is nothing but the intercept c on the y-axis. So the slope intercept form of the equation of line is y is equal to mx plus c. You need to remember all the form of equation of line. First is the normal form of the equation. Second is the slope intercept form of the equation of line. So these are all the equations of line, but in the different format. Okay. Consider an example. What is the slope of the line formed by the equation 5y minus 3y minus 10 is equal to 0? So this equation is similar to the general form of the equation in which a is equal to minus 3, b is equal to 5 and c is equal to minus 10. Now this general equation form is converted into the form of y is equal to mx plus c so as to find out the slope of the line. Proceeding further, you will get 5y is equal to 3x plus 10 and y is equal to 3 by 5 into x plus 2. This form is similar to the slope and intercept form in which the coefficient of x is m. The coefficient of x is equal to 3 by 5, so the slope of the line is equal to 3 by 5. Next format for the equation of line is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1, where a and b are the x-intercept and y-intercept respectively. What are the x-intercept and y-intercept? To understand this, consider the 4 examples given over here. First example is for the line 2x plus y is equal to 6. Now, this is the general form of the equation of line. It can be converted into intercept form as if we divide this 6 on the left hand side, then you will get 2x by 6 will be equal to what? It will be x by 3 plus y by 6 equal to 1. Understood? So in this case, x intercept is 3, a is the x intercept which is equal to 3, and b is y intercept which is equal to 6. Fine. So if x intercept it is equal to 3, it means what? Line will intersect, the given line will intersect on the x-axis at the point 3, 0. Understood? So this point is what? 3, 0. And this line intersect on the x-axis as 3, 0, where 3 is the x-intercept. Intercept means when the line will cut the x-axis, then at which point it will cut on the x-axis. And y-intercept means what? If the line cuts on the y-axis, then at which point it will cut the y-axis. Now, in the case of this given line, the y-intercept which we have found is 6. So, the line will intersect on the y-axis at the point 0, 6. X coordinate will be 0 and y coordinate will be 6. Understood? Consider the next example. 3x minus 4y is equal to 12. Now to get this general form of equation into the intercept form, we can divide the 12. So if we divide the 12 with this equation, you will get x divided by 4, because 3 by 12 will be 4, minus y divided by 3, it is equal to 1. Now in this case, to find the x and the y intercept, we have to use this intercept form. It means what? A is equal to 4. Following this intercept form, a is equal to 4 and b will be equal to minus 3. Understood? Because we have to follow the general rule. In the general rule, it is a plus, so b should be minus 3. So a is 4, a is the x intercept, and b is minus 3, which is y intercept. It means this line 3x minus 4y will cut the x-axis at 4, 0, because x intercept is 4, 0, and at y-axis at 0, minus 3, because y intercept is minus 3. So you can say that this is the way in which we can plot the line. If we have 2 points, then we can easily form the line with these 2 points. The point on the x-axis is 4, 0, and the point on the y-axis is 0, minus 3. This is very important to understand. Next equation is x minus y is equal to 5. X minus y is equal to 5. So if we divide this left hand side with 5, then you will get x minus 5, x by 5 minus y minus y by 5 is equal to 1. So in this case, x intercept a is equal to 5 and y intercept b is equal to minus 5. This line will intersect the x-axis at 5, 0 and y-axis at 0, minus 5. Understood? Next equation is y is equal to minus 2x. To convert it into the intercept form, what we can do is we can take 2x on the left hand side. So 2x plus y is equal to 0. It means what? This equation of the line does not have x intercept and y intercept. As it does not have x intercept and y intercept, it will pass through the origin. Fine, it won't cut the x or y axis, but it will pass through the origin. Now let's move further. Example, find the area of the triangle formed by the given line, x-axis and the y-axis. Now to understand this, this is the general form of the equation. Whenever you have been told to find out the area of the triangle with the line and the two axes, then the very first step which you need to do is to find out the x and the y intercept. How to find out the x and y intercept? Convert this equation as 4x plus 3y is equal to 12. Now if we divide the 12 on the left hand side and right hand side, you will get 4x by 12 will be x by 3 plus y by 4 is equal to 1. So x intercept is 3 and y intercept is 1. So the point over here on the x-axis will be 3, 0 and the point over here on the y-axis will be 0, 4. Understood? So the area of the triangle will be equal to the area of the right angle triangle which is given formed by the line and the x-axis and the y-axis. So we need to find out the area which is formed by the line, x-axis and the y-axis. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. So the triangle which you can see is the right angle triangle with the 3 unit on the x-axis and 4 unit on the y-axis. So the area of the triangle is half base into altitude. Base length of the triangle is 3 and the altitude is 4. So you will get the area as 1 by 2 half into 4 into 3. So 1 by 2, 4 into 3, it will get cancelled. So 2 into 3, the answer will be 6. Understood. So we can say that the area of the triangle is half of x-intercept into y-intercept. And if we find the x and y-intercept, this x-intercept is 3 and y-intercept is 4. So area is 1 half of 3 into 4 and that is equal to 6. Equation of line passing through 2 points. Passing through a point x1, y1 and has slope m. So if you have been given a point and the slope, and if you want to find out the equation of line, then you have to follow the formula y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Consider the point and slope form. In this case, slope is given as -1 and the point is given as 3 comma -2. Fine. So using this slope as m is equal to -1 and the point on the line, this is the point on the line, it is given in the question. These two things are given in the question. Slope is equal to -1 and point as 3 comma -2. Then the equation of line can be found out from y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. x1 is 3, y1 is 2 and m is -1. So substituting this given values in the equation, you will get this equation as y plus 2 is equal to minus of x minus 3. Now suppose you have been given 2 points 0 comma -2 and 3 comma 4 and it has been asked in the question, find out the equation of line which passes through these 2 points. First point is 0 comma -2 and second point is 3 comma 4. Then very first step is to use this equation. In this equation, first of all you need to find out the slope. Now the slope between these 2 points can be found out from y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 and the slope of this equation is equal to 2. Then follow this equation, that is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Considered x1 y1 as any point. Mind well, considered x1 y1 as any of the point. You can consider x1 as 0 and y1 as -2, or you can consider x1 as 3 and y1 as 4. In any of the case, you will get the same equation. Mind well, you will get the same equation if you use x1 and y1 as either of these 2 points. Then finally you will get this equation as y minus 4 is equal to 2 into x minus 3. How to find the angle between two lines? Given that there are two lines and m1 and m2 are the slope of the two lines, then using this formula tan theta is equal to plus or minus m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 plus m2, we can find out the angle between the two lines. So these are the two lines. Then the angle between these two lines is theta. Then the theta can be found out from the given formula. How to find whether the lines are parallel or not? If the lines are parallel, then the tan theta will be equal to 0. Mind well, if you get this value as a 0, then you can say that the lines are parallel. How to find lines are perpendicular? When the value of cot theta is equal to 0. Cot theta is what? 1 by tan theta. It means when the tan theta value is infinity, then you can say that the lines are perpendicular. Fine. So this is very important note over here to solve the problems related to lines, that to check whether the lines are parallel, we have to check this condition tan theta is equal to 0, and to check whether the line is perpendicular, you have to check the condition cot theta is equal to 0. So this is the summary of different form of equation of line. First is the slope intercept form, which can be written as y is equal to mx plus c or b. It could be anything. B is what? It is the y intercept. Point slope y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Standard form ax plus by is equal to c. Intercept form x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. When the line is vertical, it can be written as x is equal to a, where a is considered as the x-intercept, and the when the line is horizontal, then it can be written as y is equal to b, and the horizontal line with b as the y-intercept. To understand the last 2 points, consider the Cartesian coordinate system xy. Now you have been told to find out the line x is equal to 2. This is the line, equation of line x is equal to 2. Fine. How it is an equation of the line? Consider the standard form in which coefficient of x is 1, coefficient of y is 0. So that's why y term is not present, and the value of c is 2. Understood? So x is equal to 2 is the equation of line. This line can be plotted with this x coordinate as 2, 0. So this line will be equal to what? X is equal to 2. Understood? In which 2 will represent what? 2 is the a over here, which is nothing but the x-intercept. Understood? This line will cut on the x-axis at 2, 0. Fine. Now let's move to the horizontal line. Consider the Cartesian coordinate system xy. You have to plot the line y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4 means what? B is equal to 4, and this B will represent what? It is the y-intercept. It means this line will cross the y-intercept, and this line is the horizontal line, and it will cross the y-intercept as 0, 4. Understood? So this is the summary of equation of line which you need to remember for the competitive exams. With this, I will end the part 1 of coordinate geometry. Thanks for watching.